I know what it's like to look at yourself in the mirror and to be completely lost, but not lost in a way of you don't know what you want to do, not lost in a way of being found. It's more of a feeling like you're not worthy enough of being loved. But I know for a fact that you are full of love. I know for a fact that you love a bunch of different things. And just because you love different things, I know that there's love for yourself somewhere. And I know you love yourself to some extent because you might eat some of your favorite foods, you might put on some of your favorite clothes, regardless of how you feel. That's self-love. Self-love is caring about yourself even when you don't feel 100%. Showing up for yourself. I feel like you deserve a pat on your back. But it's deeper than that though. You deserve all the smiles in the world. You deserve all the abundance. God gave us His universe with endless love, with endless abundance, and there's love everywhere. And I don't know if you could see, but the sun is shining, and when the sun shines, it gives us a clear indication that it shows up every day. Even if the darkest night has just happened, the sun will rise again. And I feel like that's what you do for yourself. Even when you're going through something, even when it's tough for you to keep going, you still show up for yourself, man. And I feel like that's really what matters. That's really what matters. You have to keep pushing, you have to keep going. But nobody else is going to love you so much for you to love yourself, That's that type of thing that you have to give back to yourself. Love yourself so much. Or find out how to love yourself so much that the outside world can't affect you. You actually will start affecting the outside world. Self-love is the highest frequency. I feel it's the highest frequency in order to attract the things that you want. The more that you just start loving yourself, the more that you just devote all this time to yourself. And it's not selfish, because people are going to start to want your energy because you are loved. People are going to start to want your energy everywhere you go. People might just want to ask how you're doing. They want to ask what you're doing if you're reading a book. They want to ask what you're listening to if you always have your headphones on. Why you always have your headphones on? These are the people who care about you to some extent. And I feel like I'm kind of getting off topic, but yes, in order to attract the thing that you want, you have to be in the right frequency. I'm gonna use the radio for example. When you start tuning the radio and you're trying to find the exact station for the genre of music you want to listen to, you have to match that frequency. You have to start turning the knob. You know what I mean? And eventually you'll start turning the knob, and two things on the same frequency will connect. And yes, that's how you get some of the things that you were looking for. But in order to get on the same frequency, you have to learn how to not let things affect you and your self-love and the love for yourself. I like to meditate. I highly suggest you meditate. You sit with your thoughts for just one time a day. And I kind of just got chills from saying that, because it just brings me so much joy. It brings me so much happiness. But like I said, you can only give that to yourself. No matter how much you smoke or drink or hang out with other people or receive compliments or try to mask and be somebody else, at the end of the day, when you lay your rest, when you lay your head down, who are you with? Nobody. You're with nobody but yourself and your thoughts. So I'm gonna give you an example, and you can type it in the comments or you can think it to yourself. Tell me 5 things that you love about yourself or that you love about your life. 5 things. It could be the simplest things. I love my house. I love the house that I was born in. I love I love the roof over my head. I love my phone that I'm watching this video on. I love the hair that I get to take care of every day. I love the skin that I nourish and moisturize every single day. I love the teeth that I brush every single day. These are the simple. I love the air that the universe and God have given me to breathe in and out. The simplest things. It's these simple things that lead up to the big things. I feel like a lot of the times we try to love something too much, or we try too hard. But it's not really up to you to love everything. That's not the point. You have an amazing soul. You are an amazing soul. And you deserve all the self-love in the world. You deserve to smile. No, you deserve to go do the things that you like to do without shame, without guilt, without being nervous, without living in fear. So yes, name 5 things that you love about yourself, because this is the first step. This is the first step, and some people try really hard. You behind the camera might try really hard to think that you don't love yourself and to think that you don't love 5 things about yourself, but you really do. Because if I can say that I love 5 things about myself in a different way, shape, or form, then you can do the same thing in a different way, shape, or form. When you're also loving yourself, you have to let go of comparison. Because comparison is the thief of all joy. And one thing you can do to instantly help, especially if you're on social media or anything, is to kind of unfollow all the people and unfollow other people. Hit not interested in the things that make you feel like you're less worthy of other people, that you don't deserve other things, because you deserve everything. And some people only post their highlights, and some people only post the things that make them happy. And when you start to compare yourself to that, and you start to feel some type of way towards that, it's not really too good for yourself. Because it's okay to want things that other people have, but when you start attaching some emotion, and eventually you start to lose some of the love you have for yourself. You kind of get lost, like I said in the beginning of the video. You can't compare anything. We only know what we perceive. What does that mean? We only know what we believe to be true. At the end of the day, you never know what somebody else is thinking. I even have a girlfriend. I never know what she's thinking at the end of the day. We only know by their actions and what they say to us and how they show up on the outside. We never know what's going on the inside. But you know what's going on your inside. And the more that you come to understand that, the more you will find yourself being in states and places and places of happiness, of joy, of love. You stop trying to live another person's life. You stop trying to mask different things. When I was at my lowest point, I found that I kept lying. Not just to myself, but to everybody. But it started with me, though. I was lying to myself, thinking that I could do all these different things, and I was lying to girls saying that I had a car. Where does that get you? It gets you nowhere. And when you try to do something and it doesn't work out, it doesn't go as planned, you could be left hurt, sad. You could be left with insecurity, shame, and guilt. And that's not really self-love, is it? That's not love. That's some of the lower vibrational energies. That's some of the lower energy that we don't need. But you deserve all the love in the world. And I feel like it's only right for you to give it back to yourself. So when somebody says something, or when you start to feel some type of way about yourself, I want you to remember, not even remember, to realize how far you've come. Your inner child is still healing, but that little boy, that little girl is still in you, and they look up to you every day. They look up to you and they see how far you've come. And I feel like you need to remember how far you've come, to realize how far you've come. And it can be a beautiful experience once you do realize that you are an amazing being and that you deserve self-love as well. But yeah, I feel like that was a beautiful message. Love yourself, man. Love yourself under no condition. Love yourself when the days are hard. Love yourself when it's raining, when it's sunny out, if it's snowing. Love yourself under no condition. Remember, tell me 5 things you love about yourself. Love you guys. Have a good one.